All rise, please. Court's back in session.
Mr. Nopes.
Judge, if I gotta have just a moment, I'll get the plea agreement signed.
Okay. Mr. Tony. Good morning.
Your Honor, I have one matter before the court today.
Okay.
23 CF 1732, State of Florida versus Lauren Woods. With regards to this case, Your Honor, we had it set for a deposition, and it had to be canceled and rescheduled. So at this point, I'm asking for a continuance because discovery is still outstanding.
April 22nd.
The 22nd?
Yeah, April 22nd.
Continue, Judge.
Thank you. Any other private attorneys out there? Ms. Rivers, you want to do one or two? Or Ms. Flowers, where's she? She's not here, is she? Well, let's do,
Until she comes.
yeah.
All right.
Or Mr. Nopes is ready. Mr.
Am-
Nopes ready? No, not yet.
Your Honor, the first one being 197 on the docket, Amber Foreman, 23 CF 1866. She may be outside, Your Honor. She's been here. I'll just readdress it. I need the PTI. I haven't got it, PTI. All right, Your Honor, we'll just, I'm going to be asking for March 7th for that because I need the PTI.
Let's try to call us some,
Next week is good, Monday, March 4th?
Oh, March 4th. Okay,
Yes.
yes, March 4th.
all right,
Yes.
Amber Foreman, March 4th, right?
Yes, yes.
Let's
Your
call people that are in the audience over inmates.
Yes, Your Honor. And she was in the audience. Alexis O'Connor, Your Honor, that's 198.
Okay.
This is going to be a PTI.
Does she need to enter a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. O'Connor, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for us, course of truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You want to enter a plea to, and this is for a pursuant to a pretrial intervention agreement, case 23 CF 2608, possession of a controlled substance. That's a third-degree felony, and possession of paraphernalia, correct? Is that right, Ms. Rear? Did you read and sign this pretrial intervention agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You understand that, you understand the rights that you're waiving by entering this agreement?
Yes, sir.
If you complete this agreement, then it looks like the state they will drop charges, is that correct? Okay, so you understand that? If you'll do these things, the state will agree to drop the charges.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand it? And you've understand the terms of
Yes.
this? Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like, I was looking for a time, it's for 12 months he's got to do this, correct? Okay. Well, it's well worth it to get these things done so you can get your charges dropped, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Barry? Thank you, Candy. All right, thank you.
Venus Robillard.
What
Your
was
Honor,
her, what was her
she's-
name?
Venus Robillard. She's number 216, page 87 on the docket.
Okay,
We've reached an agreement in this matter, if I may approach, Your Honor.
yes. Ms. Robillard, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for us, course of truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And this is 23 CF 1087. You want to enter a no contest plea, the charge of battery on a law enforcement officer, third-degree felony, and simple battery of first-degree misdemeanor, correct? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case? Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Adjudicates you guilty on both counts. Sentences you to 3 years probation on count 1, 1 year concurrent probation on count 2. Take an alcohol abuse evaluation, complete any recommended treatment. No alcohol, have a mental health evaluation, and complete any recommended treatment. Take all prescribed medications, complete anger management, $767 court cost, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fee, no violent contact with Tamara. Is it Henry or what?
Outman, Your Honor.
Outman. No contact with Miss Outman,
No, Your Honor, no violent contact.
no violent contact. Are these other victims on here?
Your Honor, the other was the officer. She was to write a letter of apology to the officer.
Oh, letter of apology to the officer, waive cost supervision, and random breath and UA testing. Okay, thank you.
Oh, he wants you to go there first. Okay. Your Honor, the next one would be number 220 on the docket, David Seffens. That's page 89.
All right,
He is approaching, that's 23 CF 308. Going to request a continuance at this time.
No objection.
April 22nd, Mr. Steffens, thank you.
The next one, Your Honor, is David Singleton. Mr. Singleton's before the court on 23 CF 2679. We've reached agreement in this matter, if I may approach, Your Honor.
All right, this is 23 CF 2679, State versus David Lee Singleton. Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for his court's the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of possession of a controlled substance, a third-degree felony, and driving license suspended, a first-degree misdemeanor, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case? Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge you guilty. Sentence you to credit for time served. $515 court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fee. Anything else? Thank you.
I see Ms. Flowers is present, Your Honor.
Okay.
You out of custody that I can address first?
Yeah.
I can first call Andrew Jaworski.
You know what number he is on the docket?
On mine, he is... I'm not even showing him on the last docket I printed, so I'm not sure, Your Honor, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. It's J-A-W, Jaworski, and we've entered into an agreement with the state for PTI.
All right, do I need to take a plea from him?
It's just simple PTI. Yes, it is 24 CF 64.
Can't find him on the docket, so let me just take it.
Okay. I did,
Well, we can go ahead and do it.
okay, thank you, Your Honor. May I approach with the PTI?
Ms. Leon, do you have any objection to us go
No,
ahead
no,
and
Judge.
taking it
No,
now?
that's fine.
Do I need to take a plea from him on this?
It's my understanding it's just.
It's just a PTI, Your Honor.
All right, well, Mr. Jaworski, do these things on here, and this agreement, you've read it, correct?
Yes, sir.
You got 12 months to get this done, and then your charges will be dropped, all right? Otherwise, you'll be entering a plea to these, okay?
Judge.
Thank you.
Ready on Bellow? Yes. And Your Honor, I'll go ahead and call Carly Elizabeth Bellow. She's number 115 on my docket, case number 23 CF 1209. She is present and approaching. Your Honor, we've come to an agreement with the state and reduced it to writing. There's going to be, she's pleading to 2 counts, a lesser included on the single count she's charged with, unlawful sexual activity with certain minors. She's going to plead to a lesser included felony battery. And the state is going to file a nunc pro tunc information as to count 2, and she's also going to enter a plea to that information to another count of felony battery. May I approach with the agreement?
Yes. I can't seem to find her on the docket either. Do we have a number for her?
She's 115 on mine, page 46.
I have someone else on that listed there. Oh, okay, she's 113 on mine, okay. Carly Elizabeth Bellow, correct? 23 CF 1209.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what is this going to be, an amended, information amended? What does that mean?
Yes, Judge. We're going to file a non-public information adding count 2, which will be felony battery for Madam Clerk. That's 784.041.
So count 2 is going to be felony battery? Do I need to write that in here?
In the plea section, it does say count 2 felony battery, but for clarity, it might be a good idea to add it to the.
Here, you write that in.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Will that be filed today?
As soon as I can get back to the office.
Okay. I was just going to put a date on here, but.
Go ahead and put today's date, Ms. Flowers.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Okay.
All right, Ms. Bellow, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
You want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of felony battery, a third-degree felony, and what's the next count? Count 2. What is that?
Felony battery as well.
So you're supposed to write that in.
Oh, I thought I did at the top.
You wrote a date. Oh, I got you at the top. You did, well, you didn't put it down here, so I'm gonna do that. So that's a third-degree felony too also, right? Okay, so you want to enter a no contest plea to 2 charges of felony battery, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
I did.
You aware the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Flowers has done for you on your case?
Yes.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Count one. Judge guilty, sentenced to 5 years standard probation, no unsupervised contact with minors other than their own children, complete parenting classes, complete a sex offender evaluation, any recommended treatment, no contact with the victim, initials BKS, DOB 0407-2005. Standard court costs, $150 cost of defense, waive cost of supervision. And count two, you're judged guilty, 5 years standard probation. Is it consecutive to count one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Same court costs and all?
Yes. It'll just be, the court costs will just be assessed the one time.
One time?
Two
Okay,
counts,
one-time assessment on the court costs, a cost of defense. And a judge guilty on both counts. Okay, anything further? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, was that no unsupervised contact with minors except for her own?
That's right.
And Judge, in accordance with Marcy's law, the victim was made aware of this plea and he's.
Okay, thank you. Next.
Is Caitlin Haller present? Caitlin Haller. Come forward. Your Honor, I've not had a chance to meet with Ms. Haller. However, I do believe that we have an agreement that could get it resolved if we could set it for docket day, March 4th.
All right, March 4th. Okay?
And so I'm going to go to the incarcerated clients, Your Honor, if they're ready. Okay. Your Honor, this is Mr. Barnett. He is number 114 on my docket. We're hearing 23 CF 2523, 23 CF 2524, and 23 CF 2661. Your Honor, we're requesting continuance to set depositions in these matters. I don't think there's an objection.
Did you say Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So you want to go April 22nd?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next is Mr. Joshua Lee Cawley. He is here on several cases today, 22 CF 1481, 22 CF 1482, 23 CF 55, and 23 CF 59. Your Honor, I believe it's the state's intent to set this, and we would agree to set for plea or trial
March 4th.
for which case, is it the?
It's gonna, yes, several cases, Your Honor, is the fleeing and eluding and aggravated battery, law enforcement officer. I'm trying
22
to-
CF 1482 will be the
Yeah.
one that will be a plea or trial.
And continuance on the others?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, April 22nd on the others, and March 4th on,
Your Honor, I'm sorry, can we also I have 23 CF 55 to set for trial.
Okay.
how many days are we going to have for all these counts?
If Your Honor said that we're gonna pick the jury all on one day, then I'll need at most 2 days for trial.
Well, we'll discuss that on March
Yes, that's fine.
4th. Okay, we'll just set him on everything for March 4th and see where we're at.
Okay.
If you
Thank
can
you.
get it
Thank you,
worked
Judge.
out, we'll take a plea. If not, we'll try him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. This is Shane Michael Fell and 20 CF 1878. Your Honor, we've been unable to reach an agreement with the state in this case, so I've discussed with Ms. Barrickman about getting this one set for a hard set date in May for trial.
All right, Mr. Shane Fell, 20 CF 1878. We'll set him for try to get him tried in May, so April 22nd.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Judge, and just for the record, state's offer would be to dismiss counts 1 and 2, which are the sexual batteries, and plea to 3 and 4 for 30 years in the Department of Corrections, followed by a lifetime on supervision.
Okay. April 22nd, thank you. All right, 23 CF 2124, Travis Lee Viser.
It's the same agreement. I just need you to sign it. I just need you to sign it. Yes, Your Honor, we've reached an agreement with the state. Mr. Viser is just signing right now. We've previously gone over this agreement. I'll date it for you.
All right, Mr. Viser, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You want to, let's see, enter a no contest plea in 23 CF 2124 to failure to report on a sex offender violation. Count 1 and count 2 would be dismissed, and then 23 CF 2125, that whole case will be dismissed, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to enter a no contest plea on that one count?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes.
You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Flowers has done for you on your case?
Yes.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge guilty, and you're sentenced to 6 months community control followed by 1 year standard probation, $515 court costs, $150 cost of defense, comply with registration requirements, waive cost of supervision. Then the state's going to null process the other case and the count 2 on this case.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, do I get a score sheet?
Yes.
All right. Don't mess up on registering, okay? Okay, thank you.
Davis, Cheyenne Davis, present. Your Honor, I believe Ms. Davis, Cheyenne Davis, 23 CF 2800. I've been calling for her. I don't
Ms.
see that she's
Davis,
present.
where's she at on the docket?
She was right after Joshua Colley, 117 on mine.
No bond, Capias.
Yes.
Randall
Next,
Hartley.
Randall Hartley, and 23 CF 2692, 24 CF 48. We've reached an agreement with the state. We've previously gone over the agreement. I just need you to see the same one. I just
All
need you
right,
to read.
thank you.
How do we do on the?
It's still no contact. Talk to me about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Hartley has some questions, Your Honor, if we could pass him.
All right, we'll bring you back in a few minutes, Mr. Hartley, thank you.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor, I was fairly recently appointed to these cases. Mike Helton Lett, we're requesting a continuance.
All right, April 22nd. Get with Mr. Lett so we can get this resolved for him. Thank you, Mr. Lett.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is Antarius Mccraine. We're here in 21 CF 2777, 21 CF 1192, and 21 CF 1484. Your Honor, he's prepared to enter a plea, but, and I've spoken to the state about, actually, Your Honor, on this one, can we pass him as well? There's one thing I need to talk to the state about.
All right, we'll
before
bring
we
you
go
back
into
in a
plea.
few minutes, Mr.
Thank
McClain.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, this is Chase Brandon Stewart here in 3 cases, 22 CF 1397, 23 CF 754, and 23 CF 2380. Your Honor, I filed a motion, I think an order has been signed for a competency evaluation, so we're requesting continuance to get that done.
All right,
Objection. Your Honor, could we put this on,
June
miscellaneous?
24th or something?
Oh, that's fine. June 24th?
Yeah,
That's fine.
June 24th, thank you. He can't address people in the audience.
I was his attorney, Your Honor, and I had
Oh,
conflict.
I got you. Okay,
Got her paper right here.
all right, very good. Thank you, June 24th.
June
Thank you.
24th,
It's going to be a doctor to come talk to you before then, okay?
so no court dates before then.
We can bring you back sooner if we get it resolved or we get a report. Thank you.
Okay, was there an offer?
You'll have to talk to your attorney about that in private.
Okay, well, I need to figure out another, you look better than you did the other day. There's, apologize for saying that in the courtroom, but thank you, Ms. Deborah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take a compliment. Your Honor, this is Calvin Lynn Tipton, here in 16 CF 1262 and 22 CF 894. Your Honor, we had thought that we would be able to reach a resolution in this matter. However, it appears we're going to need to set this one for trial as well. There's some outstanding depositions that we had held off on that we haven't completed.
April 22nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. See if we can get this resolved.
Yes. And I have a few out of custody, just a few more to call. Shanna Foreman.
Foreman,
Yes, Your Honor. She's present and approaching in 23 CF 2711. This one got overlooked with some discovery. I just recently received discovery this week. I don't think it's, if we can move it to the 22nd, we'll move it up if we get a resolution sooner.
that's fine.
Thank
all
you.
right, April 22nd. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I have James George is appearing on my docket, but I believe he is in another institution.
I want to say that Mr. Flowers continued that.
Oh, yeah, okay, that one's to 420, he's in another institution, thank you. Ms. Graciano? Samahara Graciano?
Zamahara Graciano,
She's here. Yeah, she's here, I've spoken with her. I'm requesting to put this one on March 4th for a plea.
all right, March 4th. She's here. Is she ready to enter a plea now?
There's some outstanding information I need to get to the state.
All right, March 4th. We'll come back on March 4th for a plea. Okay, thank you.
Taya Hinton. This is 22 CF 1982 and 22 CF 1983. Your Honor, I've spoken with Ms. Sandler in this matter, and if we could set it for March 4th, I think there'll be a resolution on that day. No
March
subpoenas.
4th, thank you.
Thank you. Caitlin Holler, I called her already. She's, okay, just making sure. Joshua Jackson, is he in custody? I think he's in the county jail, though.
Yeah, he is, but we had him under.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, Joshua Jackson appears on my docket. I'm requesting a continuance.
Do you have a case number for him?
23 CF 2131. He has another new case.
All right, April 22nd.
Thank you. And I believe, Keith Shanklin,
Keith Marcel
20
Shanklin.
23 CF 2250. He's present and approaching. I thought, again, that we would have this one worked out, but I'm requesting a continuance to do depositions in this matter.
All right, move it up if you get it resolved, April 22nd. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Lindsay Marie Sword is on the docket, 23 CF 2627. I've been told by her mother that she is incarcerated in Leon County, so I would request a continuance.
April 22nd.
Thank you. And I think that's all I have, other than when I recall the others. Oh, Ms.
Jennifer
Wadsworth?
Renee Wadsworth.
Okay. And, Your Honor, this would be one that I was just recently appointed on. Haven't had a chance to meet with her, so if we could continue.
April
it.
22nd.
Thank you. We have to see you soon, okay? My name's Jennifer.
And in case Ms. Wadsworth wants to resolve today, the offer is an adjudication, 60 days jail with court cost of prosecution.
Okay. Do you want to? I'll meet with her and we'll discuss that.
All right.
Thank you. I'll come meet with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Nopes.
Your Honor, Charles Berry with State Probation. We just sentenced Travis Viser. His case 23 CF 2124. He is going to need GPS, so if you could order him on GPS at $1 a day and remain incarcerated until the GPS is attached.
And I found out that it has to be for the whole duration of supervision, so not just while he's on community control.
That's pursuant to statute, Mr.
Viser.
Viser. Okay, that's so ordered by the court. The GPS monitor, $1 a day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Remain in jail until it's attached.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Nopes, try to call some out of custody if you can.
sorry?
You got out of custody people?
I do, Your Honor. Let me take those first. The out of custody would be Madison Chancey, Judge. There's a waiver on file. That's an older case, but there's been a dependency case tracking with it, so I'm going to ask to continue Ms. Chancey.
April 22nd.
Andre Copeland. Copeland's present. Judge, we're going to leave it set for docket day.
March 4th.
Judge, we prefer to leave that, plea or trial.
Okay. How many days you think you'll need for the trial?
Judge, I don't think the case will go to trial. We're
March
waiting on-
4th, thank you.
We're waiting on Dr. Harper's report, so I'm going to reach out to her again and see where we're at. But I'm hoping that when we get here on Monday, we'll be able to enter a plea and set sentencing, but I need to get the report from Harper.
Okay.
And the reason I wanted to say I don't want it to be seriously put on the trial docket is I expect to have another case that might go to trial, and I don't want to have two cases set for trial.
March 4th.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you,
Judge.
sir.
Call my officer and come see me this week. Judith Dickerson. She's present. I talked to her another time. She may be right. She's in a wheelchair and she may be right outside the door, but we agreed to continue this case.
All right, Judith Dickerson, April 22nd.
Judge, I have
Mr.
Deborah
Noble.
Fagan.
Just 1 second. Mr. Nobes, if you can share with me the name of that witness you mentioned?
I just
Yes,
have to look through my file.
thank you, that's fine.
Deborah Fagan, Judge.
Deborah Fagan.
Judge, if I may approach.
Okay. This is 23 CF 2089, State of Florida versus Deborah Leanne Fagan. Ms. Fagan, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear would you raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of simple battery of first-degree misdemeanor, lesser included offense?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes,
You
sir.
wear the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? You wear your rights?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Nopes has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Adjudicated guilty, sentence you to time served, standard misdemeanor court costs. Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I then have Chad Grice, who's present. Judge, I was appointed on February 7th, and I've received no discovery, so we'd ask to continue the matter.
April 22nd. Thank you, Mr. Grice. April 22nd.
Judge, I then have Aaron Jefferson. And Judge, I think we'd like to leave it set for docket day. I'm waiting on Dr. Harper's report, and she may very well have it done. So if we can.
All right, March 4th, Mr. Jefferson, can you hear me okay? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm with you, okay? Judge, I then have Greg Joyner.
All right, thank you. Come on up, Mr. Joyner.
Judge, if I could leave this set for docket day, I've got just a couple of questions that I need to.
March 4th. Thank you, Mr. Joyner. March 4th, okay?
LaDonna Medley. Judge, here's a waiver on file. Continue, Judge, to 4/22.
No objection.
All right, Ms. Medley, April 22nd. Thank you. Thank you.
Judge, I have Jared Riley. He's present. There was a waiver on file. I told him he could leave because I was going to leave it set for March 4th in hopes that we could get it resolved.
March 4th, thank you.
I then have Amon Robinson. There's a waiver on file. Judge, if we could leave it set for March 4th, not to.
All right, March 4th.
Or plea or continue.
Clear, continue. And then I have Adriana Washburn. Judge, I think I was appointed in December, and I have met with her. Basically, we need to continue because I need to take the deposition of the officers.
April 22nd, thank you.
Judge, then I just have inmates after that. You want? Robert Anderson was the first case I had on the docket, and he's an inmate. Judge, I was appointed January 17th, and I'm awaiting discovery. I'd ask to continue it.
No objection.
April 22nd, thank you, sir.
I'll talk to you once I get discovery. Mr. Austie, Louis Austie, we're going to leave set for April 4th, docket day. Judge, it may very well become a trial. The state's made an offer. I got to go to the jail and convey it to him.
You mean March 4th?
I'm sorry, March 4th.
Okay, March 4th. See if you can get it worked out. Thank you.
Yes or no, because we still need the order finding the defendant competent to proceed also.
Like it when the state needs it, the defense has to prepare it.
We're going to go to trial or.
Send me an email with the detail of the offer, and so I can talk to him.
Okay.
I'll get the order. Justin Diaz, judge, is on the docket. He's currently in Walton County Jail, pending serious charges over there. Not that these aren't, but.
June 24th.
Gordon Mccraine. If I may approach, Your Honor.
All right, this is 20 CF 1330 and 23 CF 0476. All right, Mr. Mccraine, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's the truth, so help you God. You want to enter a admission to violation of probation and a no contest plea to possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, a third-degree felony, correct? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs to prevent you from knowing what you're doing? Are you happy with the work Mr. Nopes has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. You are judged guilty on both cases. Sentenced to 14.1 months Department of Corrections with credit for all time served. Concurrent. The sentence is 14.1 months concurrent, correct, on each?
That's correct.
All right. Forfeit the firearm and evidence, revoke and terminate probation, $100 cost of prosecution, and 20 CF 1330, 615 court costs, and 23 CF 0476, $250 court-appointed legal assistance fee. Adjudicated guilty on both cases, both counts, so how much time you got in jail?
12 months.
You're probably gonna get a bus ticket down there and they're gonna give you a medical checkup and send you a
Yes,
bus. So don't break the law in the future. It's a real pain, right? Okay, thank you.
Outstanding monies to collections, Your Honor.
Yes.
Andrew McDonald.
Mr. McDonald.
Judge, we've agreed to continue this for further plea negotiations.
All right, April 22nd. Thank you, sir. Public defenders, when we get to y'all, how about calling your out-of-court custody people first, okay?
Absolutely, Judge, thank you.
Juvenile, though, is this Andrew? Different Andrew?
Andrew Eric McDonald.
Judge, I believe I've got Mr. McDonald as well. We've got depositions scheduled on his case. Let's compare the case numbers, make sure we're not. Okay. We've got depositions scheduled on that in March. I'm going to go ahead and move to continue.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Same Mr. McDonald, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, April 22nd. Thank you.
Judge, I then have Patrick Medina. Judge, I want to put it on docket day. I just got appointed, but it may very well, they may have an offer that we could live with.
March 4th, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Hopefully get the case resolved. Thank you.
Plan. I'll let you know. Judge, I then have William Talbot. Talbot, yeah. And then, Judge, on Mr. Talbot's case, there was violations of probation in 2020 CF 2925, and the state and I have agreed to put it on the March 7th docket. That way we don't have to kick it so far down the road. That's the
March
deal.
4th, March 7th, okay.
That's your VOP day.
Okay, March 4th.
Thank
Excuse
you.
me, March 7th.
March 7th, okay, very good.
Thank you, sir.
Judge. I believe that's all I've got unless you got something else.
Thank you, thank you. All right, Mr. Gibbs, you want
Yes,
to?
Your Honor, I have several folks I'd like to go ahead and continue, if I could just go through that list.
All right. We're going to have to work through lunch, I believe, today.
No objection, Judge.
Ms. Rivers, what'd you say?
We're trying to coordinate some juvenile stuff.
Okay, I thought you had so you had to go somewhere or something, okay. All right.
Judge, I have several folks that I'd like to continue. Some of them are inmates. Some of them also already have waivers filed for today. If I could just go down that list, and we can try to clear the
Why don't
courtroom.
we do that at the end? Let's get some of these people, they've been waiting patiently waiting, and they got
Absolutely,
business,
Judge.
and
First,
you
Judge,
know,
I have Ellie
we're-
Ainsworth. That's
Ain-
23 CF 178. Judge, my docket starts on page
Ainsworth,
41 with number 135, where Ms. Ainsworth is.
is she out here somewhere?
She's an inmate, Judge.
Well, I
With a
wanted-
waiver, we'd like to continue her. I'm just going down a list, Judge, and the next person is Traquan Albergati. He's out of custody, Judge.
We'll continue Ainsworth to what, April 22nd?
Yes, Judge.
Traquan Albergati?
Yes, Judge, 23 CF 2557, we'd like to continue to next cycle.
No objection.
April 22nd.
Mr. Albergotti is present and approaching, Judge.
Mr. Albergotti, we continued your case till April 22nd, okay? Thank you.
Next judge is Courtney Ard, 23 CF 862, 23 CF 863. She is present, Judge. I've spoken with her out in the hallway. She may still be out in the hallway. We're requesting continuance to April 22nd.
All right, April 20, y'all say objection if you have an objection.
Judge, no
Okay, April
problem.
Thank you,
22nd.
Judge. Next judge is Stephen Arp, 22 CF 1833. He is present and approaching, Judge, wearing a blue shirt.
All right, thank you. April 22nd.
James Atkinson, Judge, 23 CF 2816. Waiver was filed, requesting next cycle.
April 22nd.
Thank you, Judge. Next judge is Daquan Banks. Mr. Banks is present and approaching, 23 CF 1871.
All right, Mr. Banks. Come on up.
Requesting next cycle, Judge.
All right, April 22nd, Mr. Banks. Get with your public defender.
Give me a call.
Thank you.
Next judge, as far as out of custody, I have also Alexander Barrios, 22 CF 2631, 22 CF 980. I believe a waiver was also filed, requesting next cycle.
April 22nd.
Next, I have Justin Boggin, 23 CF 1482. I spoke to Mr. Boggin this morning. He may be out in the hallway. We are requesting next cycle.
All right.
Next judge for out of custody that we can go ahead and address and continue, I have Horace Durden. I also spoke to Mr. Durden this morning, Judge, in the hallway. He may still be out in the hallway. We're requesting next cycle.
Who is this gentleman here?
This is Mr. Boggin, Judge. This is Mr. Boggin. We're requesting to continue him to
All
next
right,
cycle.
thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Boggin.
And the pink hat judge here is Mr. Durden. We're requesting to continue to next cycle.
Your Honor, I would ask that this be the last continuance.
That should be fine, Judge.
Let me find him first.
I show Mr. Durden on page 52, number 175.
If you're watching the stream in the hallway or the doorway, please move away from the door so we don't hear everything twice.
Let me find him.
He may be 171. You see him as 171? Page.
All right, it's Horace Durden, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so what do you want, April 22nd?
Yes, Judge. That should be the last continuance.
All right, April 22nd. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Additionally, for folks that are out of custody, Judge, I have James Ferguson. I spoke to Mr. Ferguson this morning in the hallway. He may still be out there. We are requesting next cycle, Judge.
April 22nd. Y'all get these cases resolved and we'll move them up.
We shall, Judge. Next, Your Honor, for out of custody, that's a waiver file. We can address him later. For out of custody, Judge, next I have Jacob Grice. He is present. Jacob. Oh, Ferguson, I'm sorry. This is Mr. Ferguson. Where were you? Out in the hallway. Okay. Judge, this is Mr. Ferguson, 23 CF 532. We're requesting next cycle.
April 22nd. Thank you, sir.
Judge. Now Mr. Grice is here.
All right, Mr. Grice.
22 CF 3177, 23 CF 1431, Judge, we're requesting next cycle.
All right, Mr. Grice, April 22nd. Thank you.
And then Keith Griffin. Mr. Griffin is present, Judge, wearing a black jacket or a black overshirt. We're requesting next cycle.
Was that Grice? Was that Mr. Grice, Jacob Grice?
That was Jacob Grice.
Not
Judge.
Ted, we got Ted Grice, too.
We do have a Ted Grice on docket as well. That was Jacob Grice,
Okay,
Judge.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now, who is this one, Griffin?
This is Mr. Keith Griffin.
What'd you want, April?
Next
20
cycle, Judge.
April 20, thank you, sir. April 22nd.
For out of custody that I'd like to put on docket date, Judge, as a continuance to try to get it resolved. First, I have Jonathan Cantwell. Mr. Cantwell, Jonathan Cantwell. He was present earlier this morning, Judge. I spoke with him about setting it for March 4th. That's what we're requesting without subpoenas.
Yes.
Is he here? Mr. Cantwell is present, approaching, Judge.
All right, let me, so March 4th for Mr. Cantwell?
Yes, Judge, next Monday. Hold on, he's gonna mark you off.
Okay, March 4th. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Then I have Gregory Carroll, Judge, 22 CF 1986. Mr. Carroll is present, approaching. Judge, we're requesting to put this on docket day as well without subpoenas. We think we can have it resolved that day.
March 4th. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. See you Monday. Give me a call before then. Next, Judge, I have John Dennis, 23 CF 2612. Judge, Mr. Dennis is present and approaching. We'd like to leave this set for Monday. We may be able to have it resolved by then.
All right, John Monroe Dennis, March 4th. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Next, Judge, for out of custody, I have Brandon Eastlick. Mr. Eastlick is present and approaching, Judge, 23 CF 1456. We're going to have this resolved on Monday. We're just getting some time for him to get his affairs in order before having to go to DOC.
All right, thank you, sir. March 4th.
Thank you, Judge. That's all of the continuances that I have that are out of custody, Judge. I have others that I can address if the court would like.
Well, we'll go to the other out of custody so we get some of these people on their way.
Certainly, Judge.
Miss Rivers?
I'm happy to address those.
Okay. Yeah.
Christina Beeman. I'm not seeing her, Judge. We were going to request a continuance. I believe the state was going to object to that.
Why is she not here?
That's a good question, Judge.
Let me find her. No bond capias. Set it. Well, she's not here. We'll set it, no bond capias, set it for March 4th and see where we're at.
Very well.
How many days trial you think you're gonna need? It's a homicide.
Two at most.
Homicide case.
It's a DUI manslaughter.
We all see if you can work it out. We'll set it for March 4th and see where we're at.
That works.
I
The
mean-
only other one that Ms. Davis and I had together was Camden Barnum. He has a waiver on file. He's already set for a bond hearing on the 29th of this week. So
All
we'd like to
right,
just leave him set for that.
we'll set him for February 29th.
Thank you, Judge.
That was who? Barnhill?
Barnum, Camden Barnum, 22 CF 3192.
Barnum. Okay, yeah. I don't see.
I did have one other out of custody, Judge, that I'd like to continue. That's going to be Jeffrey Brown, 23 CF 2193, 22 CF 1911.
Jeffrey Brown, okay. He's back, is he waving back there?
He's in the gentleman there.
Okay.
Judge, we're requesting next cycle.
All right, April 22nd, thank you, sir.
All the other out of custody, Judge, has things to address. I don't know if Ms. Rivers and Mr. Williams have others to continue that we could try to help clear out as well to address. We're trying to clear the courtroom, Mr. Booth. However the court wants to handle that, I can keep going through my out of custodies, or I can address those that need to be continued for Ms. Rivers and Mr. Williams.
Just if you got clients here, we'll call them so they can be on their way.
Then, Judge, I have Mr. John Booth.
Booth? John Ray Booth, okay.
Judge, we've reached an agreement, if I may approach.
All right. Mr. Booth, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, this is 23 CF 1526, State of Florida versus John Ray Booth. You want to enter a no contest plea to violation of injunction, a first-degree misdemeanor, and the state's going to dismiss counts 1 and 2, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this
sir.
admission? Or this plea?
Sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Adjudicate you guilty, put you on 6 months administrative level probation, $50 cost of prosecution, $220 court costs, $100 PD fee, and abide by the injunction.
Yes, sir.
If you violate it, you may end up, in jail. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
sir.
Thank you.
I didn't see you.
No, you're good. Just see probation. Next judge is Miranda Ballantyne. Ms. Ballantyne is present and approaching. Judge, this is 22 CF 1807. Judge, we are ready for trial.
State is ready, Judge.
All right, let me find her. Set it for March 4th. How many days y'all think you need on that?
Excluding the jury selection 1 day.
One?
Yeah.
For guilt phase, yeah.
March 4th, okay?
You get it scheduled, Judge. All right.
Y'all work these out if you can.
Absolutely. Give me a call to call me, Fred. Yeah, go ahead and set up the appointment. We address Mr. Banks. Next judge, I have Mr. Andrew Barnhill.
Andrew Barnhill.
May be preoccupied at the moment. I spoke with him earlier. We'll pass him for now so I can keep moving. Next judge is Ms. Yupashishe Burgess, 23 CF 2239. Ms. Burgess is present and approaching, Judge. Judge, we'd like to leave this set on docket day on Monday without subpoenas. I think we might be able to resolve it by then. Just need a moment with Ms. Burgess to go over.
All right, March 4th, Ms. Burgess, thank you.
This week, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Am I
So,
good?
yeah, you're good. Be back in court on Monday. Judge, next I have Ms. April Castleberry. This is 23 CF 2599. Judge, we are anticipating to resolve this today. I just do not have a written plea. If the court wants me to read the terms, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, I'll get it written up.
Is it down to a misdemeanor?
Down to a misdemeanor, Judge.
All right, tell me what it is.
Judge, she's going to be pleading to just driving on a suspended license and having no insurance for an adjudication, court costs, and time served. The other two charges will be the possession of controlled substance and the possession of paraphernalia would be dismissed.
There's a financial responsibility violation. What's that?
That's having no insurance, Judge.
Oh. So she is entering a plea to driving license suspended and having no insurance?
Essentially, Judge.
Two counts?
Those 2 counts, Judge.
Ms. Castleberry, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course of truth, so help you God?
I do.
You want to enter a no contest plea to driving license suspended or revoked, a misdemeanor, and not having insurance, another misdemeanor. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Your right to a trial by jury, right to
Yes.
remain. You understand all your rights you're
Yes, sir.
waiving? Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge you guilty on both counts. Sentence you to time served and standard court costs. Correct?
Thank you, Judge. We'd ask for 180 days for her to pay those.
100
Yes, the state is dismissing.
All right, 180 days to pay it before judgment.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. They just need your fingerprints. Next, Judge, I have Miss Michelle Coleman. Miss Michelle Coleman? I see Ms. Ard is back in the courtroom, but we already continued her case, so she's good. Following Ms. Coleman,
No bond capious on Ms. Coleman.
she is here, Judge. I spoke with her. We have a deal worked out. She may be in the hallway.
All right, we'll pass her for a few
Thank you,
minutes.
Judge. Next, for out of custody, Judge, I have John Dennis. I believe we already addressed him, as well as Mr. Durden. I'm trying to go through out of custody. I believe we already addressed Mr. Eastlick. Mr. Eastlick, yeah. Going through alphabetically, Judge. Next, I have Christopher Estrada. Judge, I haven't had a chance to write up the written plea, but he is pleading to the felony and a misdemeanor on this one, if the court wants me to write that up.
What's the felony he's pleading to?
Battery on a law enforcement officer, Judge. It'd be a withhold.
What's the terms of this plea?
Judge, the terms that the state sent to us was 2 years of probation, first offense DUI terms, so that would be a $500 fine, $463 in court costs there, higher court costs for the battery on a Leo, as well as community service, 50 hours community service, 6 months driver's license suspension, 10-day vehicle impound, DUI school, and 1 session of the victim impact panel. He'd be on 1129 probation concurrent on the DUI, but all of those terms can transfer to the second year of probation on the Bellow charge.
All right, Mr. Estrada, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's the truth, so help you God?
Swear.
You want to enter a no contest plea to battery on an officer, which is, that's a third-degree felony, is it not?
It is, Judge.
And also DUI with injury, a first-degree misdemeanor, correct? You want to
I believe
enter
it was DUI with property damage without serious injury, Judge.
property damage without injury?
Yes, Judge, I believe that was the actual charge. I just wanted to make the record.
So that's a misdemeanor.
It's still a
first-degree.
misdemeanor,
Okay.
Judge. It's essentially still a first-degree misdemeanor.
And you want to enter a plea to those two charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, Your
Are you
Honor.
happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you?
Yes, very happy.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. On the DUI, you're sentenced to 11.29 months probation, DUI school, 6 months driver's license suspended, 50 hours community service, first offender. Let's see, that's a first offense DUI, correct?
It is, Judge.
What else do I need done?
$500 fine, court costs.
$500 fine, standard court costs. I think the license suspended for 6 months, if I
It is,
didn't say
Judge.
that.
Victim impact panel.
In the victim impact panel,
May I ask, Judge, reserve restitution for 120 days for damages caused to the other driver?
No objection.
reserve restitution for 120 days for damages to the other driver, and then on the battery, 1129 concurrent probation?
It was 2 years, Judge, concurrent.
2 years, 24 months
Yes, Judge.
concurrent probation. $100 VOP?
It's not a
There's no
VOP, Your Honor, it's just the court cost for a felony.
Standard court cost for the felony and adjudicated on that one too.
Adjudication withheld on the felony,
On the
Judge.
felony?
Yes, Judge.
Adjudication with us. See, it's better to have it written up for the old judge. I only have 500 cases every week, you know. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr.
Go
Gibbs,
see
the
probation.
score sheet,
And
please.
Your Honor, we request that supervision fees be waived.
All right, waived.
And Mr. Gibbs mentioned that he would be giving them the whole time to, in which to complete the DUI conditions. Is the court inclined to do that?
I'll give him a year to do it.
Next judge, I have Mr. Ted Grice, who's present and approaching. This is 23 CF 2486. I believe the state has an announcement.
Yes, Your Honor, the state has, well, the judge is going to look for it first.
Is this Jacob Ted Grice?
This is Ted Grice, Judge.
Ted Grice without a Jacob?
This is not Jacob.
Ted Daxter Grice.
Ted Daxter Grice, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
That's my son, Jake.
Oh, okay.
The state has received additional information from law enforcement, so at this time, the state dismisses the case against Mr. Grice.
All right, Ted Daxter Grice, 23 CF 2486. The state's going to drop charges against you. You have any objection to that?
No, sir, I don't.
All right, thank you.
I believe that's all the out of custody I have at the moment,
All
Judge.
right.
Thank you.
Ms. Rivers?
Your Honor, Amber Foreman is present and approaching. That's going to be page 79, 23 CF 1866. We're going to set this on for March 4th. Or at that time, it'll be a plea to a plea PTI,
All right, March 4th.
9 a.m. Thank you. All right, that's it.
Thank you.
All right, the next one would be Rose Parrish. That's number 204, page 82. Your Honor, she is present and approaching. I would ask to put her on the 422 docket.
April 22nd, thank you.
And please reach out to me so we can get you set up for that, okay? Your Honor, the next one would be Nathaniel Parker. He is
Nathaniel
present.
Parker.
He is present, Your Honor. He must be out in the hall. I'll go to the next one. Terrence Parker.
Terrence Parker.
He is present and approaching, Your Honor.
Must be invisible.
Okay. He's here. Archelius,
Who is this?
Your Honor, that's going to be Nathaniel.
All right, come on up, Mr.
Your Honor,
Nathaniel.
we're going to request a continuance, put him on 422.
April 22nd, thank you, Mr.
I
Parker.
would just ask that this be the last continuance.
All right,
Your Honor, the next one would be Terrence Parker. Achilles Perry.
Achilles Perry.
I don't know him, Your Honor.
No bond capias.
Your Honor, the next one would be Rebecca Raby? Miss Raby?
Sir, with the Alabama shirt, what's your name, please?
That's going to be Mr. Parker.
Okay, come on up.
And Your Honor, if we could continue him to 422, my understanding is the state's going to want to go to trial on 22 CF 1726 next time, right?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would ask this to be the last continuance.
April 22nd, thank you, sir.
Sir.
Get with me on witnesses or anything, okay? Your Honor, the next one would be Joshua Riling. I had waived his appearance, Your Honor. We're going to request 422.
No objection.
The next one would be
April 22nd.
Clarence Robbins.
Robin.
Yes, Your Honor, we'd like to put him on for 422.
April 22nd. Mr. Robbins, April 22nd. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Then Devin Robbins. Your Honor, we are working on this matter. We're going to want to set this on for March 7th
No objection.
All right, thank you, sir. March 7th.
at 9 a.m. Let's see. Ryan Smith, that would be 222, page 89. Mr. Smith is present and approaching. Going to request a continuance on his case.
April 22nd, Mr. Smith, thank you.
Robbie Spivey. Mr. Spivey is present and approaching. We've reached agreement in this matter, if I may approach.
'23 CF 2600, State versus Robbie Spivey. You want to, Mr. Spivey, you want to enter a plea to a lesser offense, a misdemeanor of simple assault, and then count 2 will be null pros by the state, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
You want to do that?
Yes, sir.
Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course of truth, so help you God.
I do.
You want to enter a plea to second degree misdemeanor, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Simple assault, and the state's going to dismiss count 2, the battery. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You wear the right you're waiving by entering this plea?
I do.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
I did.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Sends you to 6 months probation, waive cost of supervision, $270 court cost, $50 cost of prosecution, $100 PD fee, have a substance abuse evaluation, and complete any recommended counseling or treatment. Credit may be given for evaluation completed within pretrial services supervision, random UAs, no driving or alcohol without no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no violent contact with Nicole Spivey. Adjudicated guilty. Thank you.
We good.
All right.
Antonio Tyus.
Antonio Carlton Tyus.
Yes, Your Honor. That's 23 CF 214. We're going to request continuance at this time.
April 22nd. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Then Lauren Valmojoa, that would be number 232 on the docket, page 93. She is present and approaching. We're requesting 422. That'll be April 22nd.
Thank you, April 22nd.
Richard Wagner. Your Honor, that is Mr. Wagner. He is present and approaching. We're requesting 422.
No objection.
Thank you, sir. April 22nd.
Maria Weiss. That would be page 95, number 238, 23 CF 2616. Your Honor, if we could set this on for Thursday, it's going to be a plea with a PTI.
March 4th. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, actually, this Thursday. Don't we have court this Thursday? We do.
What is that? 29th, February 29th. February 29th. Thank you.
At 9 a.m. Scott White.
No bond, capious. Thank you.
Dustin Williams. Your Honor, we're going to request a continuance on this matter.
April 22nd. Thank you.
Continued on what date?
April 22nd.
April 22nd.
Thank you.
The next one, Your Honor, would be 243 Montana Yaws. Continue to 422.
Right. Montana Yaws, April 22nd. Thank you.
And Your Honor, those are the rest of my that are out of custody that are present in the courthouse.
All right.
I got people saying
Charles Russell, Public Defender's Office. Judge, this is Larry Miller. He's on page 98, number 248. He's present and approaching. Case number is 20 CF 2060. Mr. Miller's case, we're asking for a continuance to April 22nd.
April 22nd. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, I did miss Mr. Sweeney. That would be, page 91, number 227, Donald Sweeney. Approaching, Your Honor. We're going to ask to put this on for April 22nd.
No objection.
If you come and meet with me again before then, the state will send over that paperwork and we can get you
All
to
right,
sign it.
Mr. Sweeney, April 22nd. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? Your name, sir? No, DPA.
Mr. Williams, your turn.
Thank you, Judge. Judge Ian Hallmack. Can you guys, let me see if they can pick me up. Judge, Mr. Hallmack's not going to answer. He's in federal custody. We're just waiting for his underlying case that Alice Harris represents him on to get resolved. I actually don't have a case with him. I'm supposed to advise him on extradition once his case.
Set him for April 22nd.
Thank you, sir. Actually, this may be a good one to set on for the June one.
We'll make it June 24th.
All right, Judge Kimberly Hanna. Judge, I may have done a waiver on her. Oh, she is walking down? Okay. Judge, we've got deposition scheduled in March. I'm going to move to continue it.
No objection.
April 22nd. Thank you.
Marcus Harris.
Marcus Harris. Oban Capius.
Wesley Hastings. Judge, I had him as ATW, but he may still be in. It's a rather serious case. He's still in it.
He's what?
Daniel Horn.
June 24th on the Hastings.
624 on Mr. Hastings. Judge, I believe my client, Mr. Horn's has been talking with another attorney, maybe retaining other counsel, so I'll move to continue for him.
Is this
Give him a chance to do that.
Daniel Lucas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll continue to April 22nd. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Candace House.
Candace House. Oban Capius.
Jason Howell. Mr. Howell, I've got a changed plea offer for you. It's time served, 2 years community control. Are you interested in that? Okay. Judge, if we can, it looks like, just.
Setting for March 20.
Judge, if we could, let's pass it until the 4/22.
No, the offer on the table is going to be revoked on March 4th. If he doesn't set it for March docket day, I'll revoke the offer.
Let's then just set it for call on March 4th.
March 4th.
See if you can get into, or get a phone appointment, talk with me by March 4th, okay?
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Thank you.
And that'll be without subpoenas.
Thank you.
Jesse Howell.
No bond capias.
Judge, I'm going to go ahead and move to, we were supposed to have an interpreter set up by Zoom on this. I've actually located a better interpreter through Language Line. I'm going to ultimately move to continue the case, Judge, if the court will allow me to do that. His son is here and can translate that well.
Is it Mr. Shaw?
Jian X Wang, Huang is 23 CF 1199.
What language does he need?
Fusi dialect or Fuxi dialect.
Chinese language?
Yes, sir. We used Mandarin once before. That worked fairly well with him, but I actually did find a court-certified Fuxi interpreter. But that's
It's a
with
grand
Language
theft
Line.
case. Y'all get this worked out.
Well, Your Honor, the problem I have is this has been continued before for the same reason of the interpreter. There is a misdemeanor offer, and it's very straightforward. I don't know why we're continuing it.
Has he got his dad here or something?
His son, actually, is the
Son?
father. We can put it on for
Take
the
a break.
4th and have him come in and see me on Friday.
Can his father be an interpreter for a misdemeanor?
His son
Or his son?
would be the one, and Alice with Language Line actually did a great job interpreting with him for my my telephone conversation with him last week before last, I guess.
Well, if it's going to be a misdemeanor, just get on the Language Line with that person, get it filled out, and submit it. You don't need to show up for a misdemeanor.
All right, Judge, we can do it as a plea in absentia then.
Yeah, do that.
You want to pass?
I never
it for the
have good
4th?
luck with that Language Line. Do what?
Yeah, we set it for next week, Your Honor, March 4th.
March 4th, and get your client in there with the Language Line lady and get it filled out and submit it.
What day of the week is the 4th? Is that Thursday?
No, it's Monday.
Monday? All right. See if I'll tell Sarah to let him come in on Friday and to set up things with Alice for Friday. Why don't you see if you can get him in for then, okay?
All right.
Rodney Hutchinson.
Rodney Hutchinson. No bond capias.
Judge, actually, he may be in custody. Yeah, I was thinking this was Damon.
Is he back here? No, sir, he's not. All right, April 22nd.
That's going to be Cassandra Jackson. It's a negotiated plea, Judge.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, good. Let's get another one.
Daniel Jackson. And check your list. Is Mr. Jackson in jail? Oh, okay, there you are. Come over on this side of me. All right. All right, Judge, I'm going to go ahead and continue it. It doesn't look like it's been continued before. He does have an offer for probation, though. I want him to come in the office, meet with me, and we'll set it for 4/22, if that's all right.
Okay, April 22nd, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
We got a little baby back here that's moving to get the case heard. Who's got the little child? What, y'all want to get out of here?
Call the office, schedule an appointment.
What's the name back there? What's the name? Anderson?
And in custody? Mar Anderson, is that the person you're waiting for? We don't have him available.
All right, thank you. It's not causing disturbance, but I know how kids can get impatient, so. All right, go ahead.
All right, William Jackson.
I got several Jacksons, but I don't see a
This
Williams Jackson.
is William Gerald Jackson. It's going to be case number 4623 CF 2180.
Got a plea or something?
No, Judge, this is going to be a continuance. We've gotten some information and we need to provide to the
Okay, William
state.
Gerald Jackson, right?
We're also waiting on an evaluation.
April 22nd. This is William Gerald Jackson, right?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I certainly am.
All right, Cassandra Dallas Jackson.
Judge, we've got a negotiated plea in this case.
Ms. Jackson, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is 23 CF 1333, State versus Cassandra Dallas Jackson.
Judge, actually, I'm not sure that Ms. Leone is signed.
I didn't sign it. I'm gonna fix the score sheet to reflect the terms.
Is Ms. Jackson a juvenile?
She is, Judge. I need
Okay.
you to sign the PDR PSI waiver that we talked about.
I thought the juveniles wore red. Oh. They have a
They have a
different.
hard time
I
with the
got you.
juveniles over in Okaloosa. They've got a separate unit in Escambia, so
Okay.
we arranged the transfer over.
All right.
Judges plead to a lesser. The state's going to adjust the original score sheet, and we'll get that over to the court.
All right, so in 23 CF 1180, she's pleading, you want to plead to a lesser offense of aggravated assault with a firearm. And then that is a lesser offense to the attempted felony murder, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
And then the possession of a firearm and battery, possession of a firearm by a minor and battery are going to be dismissed. And in 23 CF 6067, both of those counts will be dismissed, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Jackson, that's what you want to do? Okay. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? It's a no contest plea. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Mr. Williams, you've written adjudication withheld on both cases, but my understanding is all the charges are going to be dropped on 23 CF 67. Is that correct?
No,
No, Your Honor.
6067 is the detention, battery on the detention.
Those are as charged.
That's as charged, Judge. I'm sorry, I had it as.
This is Cassandra Jackson. Cassandra Dallas Jackson, right?
You're right, it's 1333.
Okay, I got 23 CF 1180 and 23 CF 1333 at the top. Then down here at the plea, it says 23 CF 6067.
Judge, I don't know how that typo occurred, but I've checked the file and it is 1333.
Okay, so she is pleading to, she's pleading to that lesser offense of aggravated assault with a firearm. That's the lesser included offense on 23 CF 1180. And in count 2, 3, and 4, possession of firearm by a minor, battery, and discharge of firearm by over right of way. Those are all going to be dismissed, correct?
Yes,
Is that correct on?
No, all the misdemeanor counts, Judge, are adjudication withheld, 1-year probation concurrent to other cases and counts. It's between where it says adjudication withheld both cases, that paragraph, and paragraph number 2, adjudication of guilt is withheld. I can show you on mine, Judge. Right there, where the asterisk is. Looking at that, just for the record, the with a firearm is not alleged as actual. So there's no mandatory minimum.
Okay. All right, we'll start again, okay? So I want to make sure you understand, and me too. All right, so you're going to, in 23 CF 1180, you're going to plead to a lesser included offense of aggravated assault with a firearm, and that is a third-degree felony, correct?
it is a third-degree felony.
Okay. And she's also pleading to possession of a firearm by a minor, a misdemeanor, first degree, battery of misdemeanor, first degree, discharge of firearm over right-of-way, a misdemeanor, first degree, correct, under that case number?
Yes, Judge.
And then in 23 CF 1333, she's going to plead to battery on detention or commitment staff, a third-degree felony, and count 2, battery on detention or commitment staff, third-degree felony, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
So you understand that, Ms. Jackson?
Sir.
And you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Sir.
And anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
Sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Adjudication withheld on both counts, both cases, all counts, correct?
Yes, Judge.
That's correct, Judge.
3 years probation on all felony counts concurrent, and if qualified, attend to complete the ECLC for anger management, no contact with alleged victim, no trespassing at Taco Bell and Crestview. If not employed, show 5 job applications per week, standard fines and costs. And on the misdemeanors counts, your adjudication is withheld, 1 year probation concurrent to all other cases and counts. So it looks like you have got a tremendous break. Okay? One of these cases was a life felony. So
Your Honor, may I add a provision? I was told by probation that since 2021, there is a fund, like first step funds, that has to be, it's $1 a month. And they made it mandatory, but we haven't been imposing it.
I don't, is that in juvenile cases?
In any case, where there is probation, $1 a month for the time that they're on probation to allocate for funds for other defendants.
Ma'am, do you have any objection to paying $1 a month towards cost of
all right,
supervision?
and she got to pay $1 a month.
Yes, thank you,
While
Judge, for
she's
the
on
first step
probation.
funds.
First step funds.
Yes.
All right, so just, stay out of trouble, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Travis, oh, next.
Judge, I'll call the rest of my out of custodies. Michael Johnson. This is going to be a motion to continue.
Michael Troy,
Yes, sir.
okay. April 22nd then. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir, make an appointment coming in soon.
Your Honor, on Ms. Jackson, we request the supervision fees be waived.
Granted.
Stacy M. Johnson.
Stacy Marie Johnson.
That's correct. Judge, there's been a change in her plea offer, but I need to get her into the office to talk with me about it. It does look like it's been continued several times. If we can set this for the 4th, and ma'am, make arrangements to come in and see me on Friday, this upcoming Friday, okay?
March 4th, thank you.
All right, Maniyea Jones, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that.
Anita Jones, is that right?
I've got it spelt as Maneijah.
It's Manaja.
Manijah,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Naisha Jones, anyone can recognize that.
All right, Judge, I need to get her in to see me.
April 22nd, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Tommy Kelly. Judge, Mr. Kelly's been excused. I'm going to move to continue Mr. Kelly's case.
Excused, what do you mean excused?
I did a waiver of appearance for him.
Better have a good reason for these waiver of appearances.
I don't do them very often, Judge. I only do them if there's some reason why they can't be here.
Who is this gentleman?
Tommy Kelly the third. Oh, he's here anyway. It's 23 CF 2143.
What'd you want, April 22nd?
That's fine, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. April 22nd. Okay? All right. Dalen Kendall. Mr. Kendall, I got discovery in your case. I need to get you in the office to see me. It looks like we did meet back on the 6th, but we need to meet again, okay?
April 22nd, thank you.
Ashley Nowling.
What's her last name?
Nowling, Judge, Nowling. First name is Ashley, it's 23 CF 1262. No, we actually have. But Judge, I'm going to go ahead and move to continue.
April 22nd, thank you.
Cindy Mullins. Judge, likewise on Ms. Mullins, I did a waiver of appearance for her. I need to schedule depositions in the case, Judge.
I would just ask that the defendant be present for the next pretrial.
These waivers, I'm not too fond of these waivers. They need to be sick or living out of state for some reason, or,
Yes, sir, and I don't recall the reason for the waiver off the top of my head now.
everyone else has to show up. These people need to show up.
I just recall that actually we did the waiver some time ago. I'll instruct my legal assistant, but the reason for the waiver.
It's serious
next time.
charges Ms. Mullins is facing. Y'all get permission from the court before you do waivers of appearances in the future. April 22nd. No waivers of appearances without permission from the court.
Yes, sir. Michael May. Judge, I spoke with Mr. May again this morning. He's got some other matters he wants me to consider with regard to his case, so I'm going to ask to continue the case.
April 22nd.
Gregory Lesko. Mr. Lesko, we have oh, you want to do that? Okay.
Want to enter a plea?
Judge, he wants to go ahead and take the plea. I don't have it drafted up for him, though. If we can pass him to the 4th, can you come in on the 4th to take the plea? You moved? Judge, I tell you what, pass him, and I'll take a few minutes and
All right,
draft it
we'll
up.
get to you in a couple minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, sit down and you can come back up. Anastasia Lennon. Judge, we've scheduled an appointment for Ms. Lennon with somebody. We're going to have to continue her case.
April 22nd.
Thank you. Mark Land. Judge, I need to get Mr. Land in the office to talk with me. If we can pass him one more time.
Last time.
All right, you need to get in, or I'm gonna no bond capious you.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
he out.
April 22nd, thank you. All right, everyone out there that has a case, raise your hand, please. Are you, okay, put your hands down. How many are represented by public defenders? Well, who are all these people that I said call all the out of custody?
Judge, I called the ones that looked like they were going to be continuances first. The ones I'm calling up now, I think, are probably going to be pleas, or at least they're reviewing the plea offer.
All right, then what we'll do is take a 15-minute break so we can get with them.
I do have two that are listed to not have an attorney. If we want to
All
call
right.
those, they're out of custody.
Y'all want, hey, wait a second. Y'all don't want, usually I don't do this, but y'all want to keep going or take a break? Keep going? Okay, I'm going as fast as I can go. I don't want to give someone jail time that they're not supposed to get, so. All right, well, let's keep going with,
Lorenzo Murphy.
Murphy.
Judge, Mr. Murphy was here a little while ago. I gave him a copy of the plea offer to review.
We'll call him in a few minutes.
All right, I'll recall him.
All right, let's get some people up here that are ready to.
Amanda Mattingly.
Madam Mattingly. Okay, Miss Mattingly, okay.
Mattingly, you gonna take the, Judge, let's leave Ms. Mattingly on for the 4th. It looks like in at least one of the cases, we're ready to resolve it one way or the other.
All right, March 4th, Miss Mattingly, thank you.
All right, I want you to come see me on Friday, though. Call Sarah and get a time.
Okay.
Portage, she's, no, I have not called her yet. Can you, what? Okay. Seth Hillis.
Ellis, you said?
Hillis, Hillis.
Okay.
Mr. Hillis, I emailed the form to you. We've corresponded a few times by email. What do you want to do? Okay. Judge, he's asked me to renegotiate the case. It has not been continued before, and so I'll move to continue it.
April 22nd, then.
Your courts are always going to be at 9 o'clock unless I tell you otherwise, sir.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Damon Hutchinson.
Damon Hutchinson, okay.
Mr. Hutchinson, did you get him? Whatever we talked about. Judge, I tell you what, in the interest of time, let's pass him until Thursday or until docket day for a plea. No subpoenas. Just come on.
March 4th.
I'll go. come in on Friday.
March 4th?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
So come by and see me on Friday, okay? Call Sarah and she'll schedule you a time on Friday.
Okay.
All right. David Jenkins. Judge, we have a negotiated plea in this case. Unfortunately,
Is it David Jenkins?
yes.
Is he pleading as charged? Oh, look at this. I gotta fix it anyway.
Yeah, 2 to 4 is as charged. 1 is lesser included possession of controlled substance.
Okay, sounds good.
Where is he?
Mr. Jenkins? Judge, is he in custody now? All right, I'll call him back up in a minute. Elizabeth Cordich. Okay, I'll call her up in a minute. Okay. Judge, this is a pretrial intervention agreement.
We need to take a plea.
It is post-plea, Judge. Hey, Ms. Cordich, do you want to do this? Yeah. Well, I gave you copies, but. Ms. Cordich, this is the plea form that goes along with it. Okay? Do you mind if I date it for you? Oh, yes. That's all right.
Are you Elizabeth Marie Cordich? Would you raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Oh, it knocks it out? Okay.
Since the plea will be held in abeyance, I don't think that there's a need to provide a score sheet at this point. There would be if the case went to sentencing.
All right, so she's going to enter a plea, though, right?
That's correct. The plea will be held in abeyance and will be set aside upon successful completion of the program.
All right, you want to enter a plea to, no contest plea to third-degree felony child neglect without grave bodily harm. You understand that? Is this a... Okay, did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Are you, anyone force you or threaten you to enter this agreement?
No.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done for you on your case? If you complete this agreement, the charges will be dropped. Otherwise, you'll be subject to being sentenced. Do you understand that? All right, well, is there anything else we need to talk about with Ms. Cordich?
I don't believe so, Judge.
All right, thank you.
You can have a seat with them for just
Your
a
Honor, we
second.
already have the PTI agreement. We will get her to sign it, and we will file it back to the clerk's office.
Thank you.
Mark Cook to Lyons.
Mark Cook to Lyons. Okay.
23 CF 290. So come in and see me on Friday, okay? But I'm gonna set you for the 4th so we can keep it on the docket. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. March 4th.
Come by if you're in town, or, well, call and make an appointment, okay? If we need to do it by phone, we'll do it
This is
by
gonna be
phone.
for plea or trial, Miss?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Plea or
sir.
trial?
I'll work it out.
Yes, sir. Desiree Lige.
I've never seen someone so happy to come running up to the,
Hi.
it's got a good deal.
Judge, we're going to leave this set for trial, set her for the 4th.
March 4th.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Y'all work these out. Work that one out.
Jason Kuntz. Judge, Mr. Kuntz has been out of town on this. He actually resides up out of town. I think we've done waivers of appearance. If I can set him for the 4th and get him in, what we can do, though, is make it without subpoenas so that the state doesn't have to unnecessarily prepare for trial.
March 4th. Jason Kuntz. Okay, March 4th, right?
That's correct, Judge.
All right.
All right, let's see. Recall David Jenkins.
We'll call him again at the end.
Oh, that's right, he's incarcerated, Judge.
Y'all need to take a break.
Looks like. Oh, okay. Mr. Murphy? Come forward. All right. Yeah, do you want to do that? Nope, okay. You want to see my peoples? Okay. Judge, we have Mr. Murphy scheduled for an evaluation. It has to do with a memory issue.
April 22nd.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
22nd.
22nd, yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Your Honor, I would
I
like
was
to ask
hoping we
when
were gonna be
the
able to get
evaluation is
resolved.
set for, because my notes indicate that we've been waiting for this evaluation at least since August of last year.
Have you gone by to see, or made an appointment to see Dr. Zeman?
I don't know anything. Nobody told me nothing. Told me that you were gonna give me a call.
Well, let's get it going, and that's too long a delay.
Sounds like it's not even been scheduled.
All right, get it, come on, get it scheduled and get it gone, get it done.
Could we maybe put it on for a status hearing in between now and the next pretrial? Mr. Williams, would you like a status date to make sure that evaluation's been completed?
No, April 22nd, and if we're messing around, it may have to be some kind of capious or something, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Make an appointment, come to my office.
Hartley.
McClain.
Anybody know anything about that? We've still got an.
Yes, I believe Mr. Cobb had filed a request for a continuance on Mr. Strahan, and the state did not oppose that.
All right, well, we'll put him on April 22nd.
All right, and then the other was Randy Leon with Christopher Crawford.
He asked for a continuance. I don't know if he filed an order, but he was asking to continue the case.
Who was the client?
Randy Reedon, he's an inmate, and the attorney is Christopher Crawford.
Where's he out of?
I am not sure, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Flowers, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, this is Randall Hartley, 23 CF 2692, 24 CF 48. We've reached an agreement with the state. Mr. Hartley just needs to sign. We've previously gone over the agreement. Oh, stay here, sir. We've got to go through the plea. May I approach with the plea, Your Honor?
You have the score sheet. I gave it to you earlier.
This is State of Florida versus Randall Hartley, 23 CF 2692, 24 CF 48. All right, Mr. Hartley, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for his court's the truth, so help you God? All right. You want to enter a no contest plea in 23 CF 2692 to domestic violence, battery by strangulation, a third-degree felony, and in 24 CF 48, battery on a detainee, a third-degree felony. So you want to enter a no contest plea to those two charges, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you happy with the work Ms. Flowers has done for you on your case? Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. In 23 CF 2692, judge guilty. 2 years community control followed by 2 years standard probation. Enroll and complete ECLC outpatient program, batterers intervention program. No contact with victim, $967 court costs, $150 cost of defense. Waive cost of supervision. In 24 CF 48, a judge guilty, 2 years community control concurrent, followed by 2 years standard probation concurrent, and that's with the 23 CF 2692. Enroll and complete ECLC outpatient program, batterers intervention program. No contact with victim, $967 court costs, $150 cost of defense. Waive cost of supervision. So the sentences are basically the same, but they're concurrent. Okay? All right, thank you. All right.
Your Honor, ECLC does not have a start and finish date. So if we can say for him to comply with ECLC, that will take care of us.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
And lastly, we'll recall Antarius Mccraine. Your Honor, we've reached an agreement with the state. He's prepared to enter a plea, but he's asking, and we're asking to set off sentencing, imposing the sentence, and it's an agreed-upon sentence. But we're asking to set it out as far as the court will allow. Has a sickly mother and wishes to, this plea is for a DOC, and he's wishing to get his affairs in order with his mother locally before he goes off to DOC.
State would ask for a March 28th sentencing date.
Okay. Yep. Antarius Mccraine, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you please raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's the truth, so help you God. right. All right, you, in 21 CF 2777, you want to enter a no contest plea to pleading attempting to elude a second-degree felony, possession of marijuana greater than 20 grams, a third-degree felony. Count 3, driving license suspended or revoked, a first-degree misdemeanor. Count 4, leaving scene of accident, first-degree misdemeanor. And count 5, possession of paraphernalia, a first-degree misdemeanor. And count 6 would be null pros, dropped by the state, correct?
Correct.
And then in 21 CF 192, you want to enter a no contest plea to possession of cocaine, a third-degree felony, and possession, count 2, possession of marijuana, not more than 20 grams, a first-degree misdemeanor. And in 21 CF 1484, you want to enter a plea to count 2, possession of controlled substance, a third-degree felony, and count 1 and count 3 would be null pros by the state, correct?
Correct.
All right, that's what you would like to do, Mr. Mccraine? That's what you want to do, enter that plea, no contest plea to those charges I just said?
Yes, sir, I would like to enter that plea, but I was asking for, can I I want to get my mom sick. I want to accept the plea. I want to sign the plea, but I'm asking, can you give me like the mail so I can know what's going on with my mama and her health? I'm gonna sign the plea. Please sign.
Let me just get your plea, and I'll hear what you're saying, okay?
I'm agree.
All right. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Where the rights you're waiving? Right to a trial and all that?
Sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Ms. Flowers done for you on your case? Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. I'll put off sentencing to June 24th. If you get your mom, whatever, figured out, we'll move it up.
So when, Your Honor?
We'll put it off to June 24th. If he gets situated with his mom, we'll move it up, sentencing. Okay?
That's all I have. And could we take the score sheet back if one has been turned in, and we'll turn it in?
I don't have a score sheet. Let Ms. Flowers know. Let Ms. Flowers know if you get straightened out with your mom. Things are a lot better down in prison than they are in jail. Okay? All right. Where are we?
We've got a couple more that presented themselves. William Hinesley.
Hinesley.
Judge, this is the first time up. I'm going to need to move to continue the case.
No objection.
All right, April 22nd.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Christopher Jemison.
Yeah. Is this, what's the plea, Jay? As charged? For the score sheet.
Are you Christopher Jemison?
Yeah.
Would you please raise your
He's
right
a
hand and be
score sheet.
sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's the truth, so help you God. All right, this is 23 CF 2745, State versus Christopher Paul Jemison. All right, you want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of possession of controlled substance meth, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign his plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
Yes, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge you guilty. Sentence you to time served. $6.15 court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, $50 PD app fee, if not already paid, $100 PD fee. And that meth will kill you about as fast as anything. You need to totally stay away from that and all illegal drugs, but especially that meth. So, all right, court's ordering you not to break the law. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Dana Lewis. Oh, there you are. Okay. Judge, Ms. Lewis wants trial.
She's doing what?
She announces ready for trial.
Oh, okay, March 4th.
Thank you, sir.
Offers revoked, Your Honor. I just want to put on the record that Ms. Lewis's offer was drug court or inpatient treatment, and she does score prison, so at this time, the state would revoke that offer if she wants to go to trial.
Lewis, her name is Dana Lewis. You got a chance to do drug court and have it. You don't want to take that. March 4th.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, I believe that's all the out of custodies that I have. Is there anybody else here?
Judge?
Oh, Cody? Or Timothy?
Judge, I have two out of custody, if I may. First is Andrew Barnhill.
All right, this is who?
Judge, this is Mr. Andrew Barnhill, 23 CF 1308. Judge, we want to continue this to docket day 3-4. We were hoping that he would plead today, but we understand that he has a warrant that he's going to have to turn himself in on today. I don't know if we can do his first appearance now. We're certainly requesting an ROR signature since he's here.
Can't do first appearance here.
Understood, knowing he has a warrant, but we'll get in touch with
All right.
we'll get in touch with our attorneys who'll be covering tomorrow.
So this was Mr.
Yes,
Barnhill?
Judge. And since he's got a new case, we're going to see if we can get it potentially resolved on Monday as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to take care of him on March 4th?
On the 4th, Judge, yeah. We were going to try to take care of his case today, but he found out he had that new warrant, so we're going to.
All right, well, see if y'all can get it all wound up.
No. And, yeah, I don't believe the state's going to request that his bond be revoked since he is here today.
No, my only concern is if he goes a first appearance and the other attorneys are not aware of this, can judge contact? No, he cannot set the bond on that.
I don't believe he can, but I did let our attorneys know.
What's the charge?
It's a grand theft, Judge.
It's really it's misunderstanding, honestly.
Don't talk too much about it.
Yes, sir.
He's in front of, he's set for, he's got to be arrested in first appearance. I can't.
They're
bind
ready
him.
to serve the warrant on him
And
now, Judge.
I knew about it, and I knew I had court, and that's why I came. I came anyways. I was just
I
letting
got
you
you.
know.
Well,
I'm trying to be stand-up about it, because I don't have nothing to hide on that, and
well, if you get,
I just have a job and everything. I'm trying to get myself keep them working.
Somebody, if the judge at first appearance sets a bond you can't make, then your attorney can file a motion for bond.
Well, I've reached out to our attorneys. I believe Judge Ward has first appearances tomorrow. So I've reached out to Mr. Hall in our office who would be aware.
All right, so they'll probably, I mean, I'd probably give you an ROR, but I can't do that from here.
Just procedurally, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. They're not revoking your bond right now. We'll make sure that,
Please,
yeah, we'll follow the motions that we need to. Worst case scenario, you've got you on Monday.
I know.
All right. Judge, next I have Ms. Michelle Coleman. As Ms. Coleman is present approaching, we have reached an agreement.
All right, Ms. Michelle Coleman, this is 23 CF 2261. Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to enter a plea to carry and conceal a weapon by a convicted felon, a second-degree felony, trespass, a second-degree misdemeanor, and resisting arrest without violence, a first-degree misdemeanor, correct?
No.
No? That's not what
No,
you...
what I'm on right now is for the brass knuckles.
That's carrying concealed weapon, that's what you're charged with.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it's not the trespass, and I already dealt with the trespass, and I did time 58 days, 59.
That's what the plea is, Ms. Coleman, is the 90 days total.
Yeah, I'm going to give you credit for time served.
50, yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to enter a plea to those charges that I announced? A no contest plea? You
Yes,
guys,
to do those 90 days.
you guys say yes.
Yes, sir.
If that's what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because it's all recorded. We got a lady that's taking everything down. So, are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Sentence you to 90 days, Okaloosa County Jail, with credit for time served concurrent on each case, or excuse me, on each count of that case. $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fee, standard court costs, all due within 180 days or sent to judgment, adjudicated on each count, guilty.
Thank you,
So,
Judge.
I got 59 days credit for time served, and I do 17.
I gave you,
We confirmed with the jail that she has 59 days of credit today. And so she should have about 16 or 17 days more to serve. She's going to be able to turn herself in today and stand to her if the court wants to do that.
she's probably not going to be serving too much time if she's already served that.
It shouldn't be more than about
That's
2
what I
weeks.
said too,
Pardon?
Judge.
It shouldn't be
That's what
more
I
than
said.
about 2 weeks, Judge.
Yeah, they'll give you gain time. They'll give you
That's
some
after-
gain time.
That's after
Okay.
gain time's applied.
All right, thank you.
17 days.
That's about, yeah, because you had the 59 in.
You probably be out.
She should be out in 16 days, Judge.
Yeah.
They get about 5 days, the jail here gives about 5
Yeah,
days per
they're going
month.
to give you some credit for time, so you probably be in there just a couple weeks and out. That's it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck. That's all I have out of custody right now, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, Judge, I do have Ms. Sweeney's score sheet without objection. That did represent a time of departure for a Judge, I did want to bring up on Ms. Beeman earlier. We had called with Ms. Davis. I had intended to file a waiver of appearance, and I relayed that to her. That's why she is not present. We've already have Ms. Beeman set for the Monday, the 4th. We just would request to recall the capias. I spoke with Ms. Davis. She does not have an.
All right, capias were called on that.
Thank you, Judge. We'll see her on the 4th.
We still have all these people enter pleas or whatever? Are y'all here to, y'all are all represented by a public defender? Are they here for arraignment?
Someone I had called earlier this morning now made it into the courtroom. If we could recall Archelius Perry. Let's see.
Perry, is that right?
Perry. That would be number 207 on page 83. Your Honor, we're going to ask to put him on for April 22nd.
All right, April 22nd, Mr. Perry. What kind of work are you doing?
With the new dump truck company in town, Adams.
Okay.
Sanitation.
All right.
Sanitation.
Okay, good. April 22nd, all right, get with Ms. Rivers, get your case resolved. Thank you. All right, we'll take a break here, about a 20-minute break, and y'all can get with your clients, get some pleas worked out or something.
Judge, we're ready to go on Mr. Love. But it's up to you if you want to wait.
All right, I'll take, well, you ready?